So the Moon Knight trailer just released, and what are my thoughts on it? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't like the Moon Knight trailer in the slightest. It's not for me. I know it's for people my age, but let's go into some of the stuff. Okay, so we first begin with like Moon Knight or Mark Spector or Steven, as he's called throughout the trailer. That he has a sleeping disorder. Now, yes, in the comics, disorders is a huge part of Moon Knight's character. But this is what I hate about the trailer. Some of the scenes that are like meant to be like scary, like Arrow season 5 level of terror of disturbing, just turn out to be comical. Like in the elevator scene, you see the old woman. That's supposed to be a comedy scene. It doesn't work very well when you have a pretty disturbing scene. Like that's like me making this scene of the Flash, where in scene 7, where you have a very disturbing moment. You see Barry falling down a cliff, but then I cut then saying, oh, it was you see drunk Barry. It doesn't work like that. That's the problem the MCU consistently faces. Disturbing scenes do not work with scenes that are meant to be comedic. This is the same problem over and over, and they do not, and if they, until they begin realizing, oh crap, maybe we should have done something more, like, oh my god, it's just a disorder thing. That's what I hate. And by the way, I hate how Moon Knight's costume just magically shows up, like it's ancient Egypt or a symbiote. Yes, I know, in the comics it works with the symbiote, but it doesn't work with Moon Knight. Do you get that, Marvel? It does not work with Moon Knight. You have to do this all over again. Make it where the suit is like Batman. He puts it on, that like normal people. What is so hard about that? That's what Moon Knight does in the comics. It doesn't do like the symbiote. That works with Spider-Man. But that's because the symbiote isn't meant to be Spider-Man villains or characters. They don't work with Moon Knight. Marvel, do you understand what I mean? This is the problem with Marvel Studios. They don't take criticism from people that actually either researches or reads comics or learns about the characters from the comics. More often than not, they're just gonna pay our attention to the people who clearly don't care about anything except that, oh look, it's a Marvel movie, it's gonna be comedic, it's gonna be funny, it's gonna make no sense, I'm gonna enjoy that movie. People like that don't understand how it works in the comics. Oh my god. Yeah. So overall, that's my thoughts. The trailer was so bad. It literally, this is more like what I expect for a Nickelodeon movie or Nickelodeon show, not for a disturbing superhero show, or for like a superhero show. Like, look at my trailer. Look at how much more superhero it is, especially the season 3 trailer. Look at the second trailer, which is like, what, I believe 12, 13 minutes long? My second trailer was so much better than this. Because it actually was superhero, even if it didn't look like superhero, it was disturbing, and it wasn't comical. So at least you're like, okay, this show doesn't feel like an MCU movie. Marvel Studios, you have to stop using the comedy. It's getting to a point now where it's like the one thing to now trash. The more comedy you put, the less better the movie is. The comedy is what really is starting to piss me off. Moon Knight here's the thing. Comedy works for certain heroes, but it doesn't work for every single hero. Why does the Arrowverse have more scenes than your Netflix shows? Because they realize comedy works for a specific character. Look at The Flash. Even then, they were more serious than comedic. Look at Arrow, it was more serious. You see what I mean? Yes, Arrow and Flash had their comedic moments, but they were still more grounded. Marvel, your Netflix shows were so bad because they were not grounded enough. In fact, You did the opposite. Moon Knight is meant to be a character you have to take seriously, or dark and realistic. He's essentially a Batman, one of Marvel's versions of Batman. You have to make him closer to Batman. You can't make him closer to like Green Arrow. He's more closer, like think of Batman, but more ancient Egypt type of character. That's with like split personality disorders. Like that's Moon Knight. There should be really nothing that's tough about that. That's like okay, that's like the easiest thing ever. The reason Daredevil only lasted 3 seasons was because you didn't do enough with the character. You just continuously did stuff that did not make sense. You continuously cut the season way too short. So when reason season 2 failed, it needed more episodes. So Marvel, you have to either take elements from the Arrowverse or try to make an interesting story. You have to start doing stuff like that and make it less comedic. Comedy is starting to become a problem. Those are my thoughts on the Moon Knight trailer. I hope. What are your thoughts on it, everybody? And as always, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.